So this is a very eye-opening video and it's getting me to really take a look at my bank statements, which is really good. Wow, I spent a lot of money. Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a really interesting one. I'm going to be filming the trend that's been on YouTube for the last few months, which is what I spend in a week. So I've seen people film this video from all around the world, which is really interesting because obviously the cost of living is different in every single country, state. It's just completely different everywhere. So I'm going to be sharing with you what I spend in a week as a 21-year-old living in Sydney, Australia. So I know Sydney actually has a reputation of being quite an expensive place to live. So I think it's going to be really interesting to share with you guys what I actually spend as someone who lives in Sydney. And maybe you guys will find it quite different to what you spend. Obviously, not all of you are going to spend the same amount as me because I'm sure a lot of you don't live out of home. So I do tend to have quite a lot of weekly expenses, but I also think that makes this video even more interesting because I have a lot to share with you guys. So I'm going to be telling you guys a lot of information in this video, and I wasn't too sure if I wanted to tell you guys everything because I do feel like sometimes talking about money can be quite personal, but I've decided that I want to be quite open and transparent in this video because I feel like it might help some of you guys out. So I'm going to be telling you exactly how much rent I pay each week. And obviously I'm going to be telling you all my other expenses and things like that. So I hope you guys find this video interesting. If you do, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and let's just get into it. So I'm going to share with you what I spent a few weeks back. So that's the week starting on the 17th of February. It starts on a Monday because I had to start this challenge on a Monday because, you know, it would just seem weird starting it later in the week. And then the challenge finished on the 22nd, so that's a Sunday. So every single Monday, I have money that comes out of my savings and distributes into different bank accounts that I have. I've talked about this in a previous video of mine called Adulting 101 in case you guys want to check it out. But basically, I learned this method from the Barefoot Investor. And the reason that I do this is because I don't actually get a weekly salary because obviously I'm self-employed. So I like to kind of create my own salary and take money out of my savings and put them into different accounts every single week. So I have an expenses account, a leisure account, a short-term savings account, a savings account, and then I have another account which has all of my rent money so that I just have all of my money in there for the rent and it's out of my mind and I don't even think that I even have that money. You guys might be wondering how much money I actually transfer into each of my accounts, and I know that isn't me technically spending money, but I thought I would share it with you guys anyway in case you're interested. So I will transfer $200 to go into my short-term savings account every single week, and that money goes towards holidays, things that I'm basically saving up for. It also helped me pay for my car, and I also sometimes use it to pay for things like my car insurance and things like that. So that's my short-term savings account. Then I have my expenses account and I transfer $200 into that account every week as well. That pays for things like my petrol, my gas, my electricity, all of my bills, anything that's work expenses and things like that. And then I transfer $100 every single week into my leisure account, which can be quite tight sometimes. And if I feel like I need a bit more money, if I'm doing more things or like I'm buying clothes and things like that, I'll transfer some money from my short-term saving account. So basically I transfer about $500 every single week into different accounts. But let me just say straight away, I don't spend all of that money every single week. It's just a good way for me to track how much I'm spending and how much money I actually have allocated towards those different things. Okay, so starting with Monday, the first thing that I actually paid for was a toll expense. So I don't know if every single country has tolls, but in Sydney, we have tolls on certain roads. So if we drive on certain roads, we'll either get like a toll notice in the mail that we'll have to pay, or if you have like a little e-tag, then it just comes straight out of your account. But since I've got a new car, I don't have an e-tag yet, so I really need to get one. But the problem is, since I don't actually have an e-tag yet, it charges me a little bit more since they send out a notice. So that meant that I had to pay $14. The next expense that I paid on that day was my Spotify membership, and this comes out of my account once a month, but it obviously just happened to come out of my account this week, and that is $11.99. So the only other thing that I bought that day were coffees. So I bought Brayden and I both a coffee from Grind and Cronulla. It's literally like the best coffee place, but it was kind of expensive. It was $12, so I'm guessing our coffee cost us $6 each. So altogether on Monday, I spent $38. Now on to Tuesday. I am so confused about what this expense is. It says $8 for Ambercore. I don't know what Amber Core is. I'm gonna look that up. From Googling what Amber Core is, I'm pretty sure it's just a parking ticket. So I had to pay to park somewhere. But the next expense is also a bit of a mystery and I really need to sort this out. Actually, after this video, I'm gonna ring up ING and ask them about it. But I've been getting this mystery deduction from my expenses account, which is about $60, and it doesn't really tell me too much information about the expense. It just gives me a number next to the amount that was deducted. I'm just gonna ring up and check what that is.
Editing Ella here. I just wanted to jump in and explain what the mystery transaction was. So if you follow me on my Instagram, you would already know what it was. But basically, I rang up the bank and I was like, what is this amount of money coming out of my account every month for? Anyway, they did a lot of research into it and I was on the phone for ages, and basically we found out that it was an escort service charge. And I'm not an escort. I've never paid for an escort. I don't understand why I'd have any association with an escort. So basically, somehow someone's got my card details. It literally could have been from me buying something. Someone could have taken a photo of my card and then used it. But basically, that happened, so I've had to cancel my card and get a new one sent out. Luckily, I'm getting reimbursed the money, but literally so crazy, guys. Go and check your bank statements.
I feel like that week I spent so much money, like more money than I usually would spend if I'm totally honest. So this is just like kind of a bad week to like show you guys, but also it's a good week because it shows you like the cost of living in Sydney, you know? But anyway, I had quite a lot of money deducted on Tuesday that wasn't actually spent on Tuesday. So I must have spent the money over the weekend, but it didn't actually come out of my account until Tuesday. So I also got deducted for my train fare, which was $6.73. Then I got charged at Holy Moly. And if you guys don't know what Holy Moly is, it's this really cool mini golf place. They have heaps of them all around Australia, I think, but I went to the one in Newtown. I had 2 transactions come out of my account and they were both $23. So I'm pretty sure both of those $23 were spent on drinks. So I bought Braden and I 2 rounds of drinks. I also got charged for sushi, which I don't think I bought on that day, but it was $6. And then I also got charged for another coffee, which was $9.50, which was also from Grind. So I'm not keen to add up how much money I spent on that particular day because I feel like it was a lot. According to my calculator, I spent $135.86 on Tuesday, which is, that's a lot. I guess I did have like a special occasion that I celebrated, so it's not Valentine's Day every day, but wow, I spent a lot of money. Now on to Wednesday the 19th. I did actually have to pay my car insurance that day, but that only comes out of my account once a month. So my car insurance costs $123.44, which is a lot, but it's just one of those expenses, you know, you have to pay. So that came out that day. So that is all I actually had to spend on Wednesday, which is really good. So $123.44. Okay, so on Thursday the 20th, I had a bunch of random expenses come out of my account. Some of them I didn't actually pay for on that day, but they came out of my account on that day. I'm sorry if this is getting a little bit confusing. I'm getting a bit confused because like, even though I didn't pay for things on a certain day, the money's being taken out on a different day, if that makes sense. But anyway, the money that came out of my account on that day was, first of all, for Caltex Alexandria, and that's because I bought petrol and that cost me $62.84. I actually don't have to pay for petrol too often. I have a really fuel efficient car. I'd say I probably have to pay for it like every 3 weeks or so, but obviously on that day I had to pay it and it was $62.84. Next up, I got charged for my food that I bought at Cup of Flour. You guys would have seen that I went to a cafe called Cup of Flour in Waterloo with Lauren and Chelsea. It was amazing. I vlogged it all, but you guys would have seen the meal. It was really nice and really fancy. So you can guess that it was gonna be like not super cheap, but it was $23.03. So on that particular day, Chelsea and Lauren and I were driving all the way around the city and I was driving, so I paid for some parking. So I had to pay for some council parking, which was $12, and then I also had to pay for some more parking, which was $2.80. Another expense that came out of my account on this day was for Blackwood Pantry. So I went to Blackwood Pantry, which is a cafe in Cronulla, with Chelsea, Jessie, and Sophie, and the food is so good there, but it was $23.35. So all up, I was charged $124.02 on that particular day. Now for Friday, the first expense that I paid was to Chelsea. So I transferred her $26 because she bought my food and a new charger for my car, a new phone charger, because my phone had actually died and that meant that I couldn't transfer money, so that's why she paid for me. And then I transferred her money back. And then I also got charged for my HelloFresh on that day, which was $91.95, which might seem like a bit, but I actually think it's really good value because the meals last me all week and they're really good quality and taste really nice. So I love HelloFresh. So back on the Thursday, I actually went to the hairdressers and I didn't actually have to pay for anything because I collaborated with my hairdresser, which is so amazing. I feel so lucky because I really love my hairdresser and she's so good at what she does. So it's really cool that I get to collaborate with her and promote her. So the only expense I did have to pay for at the hairdressers was my food, and that money came out of my account on the Friday. So if you guys watched my vlog of when I got my hair done, you would have seen that I was in the biggest rush and didn't have time to grab breakfast. So I actually ordered like a brunch at Bixi. So first of all, I tried to order from DoorDash and that cost $19.05. But then I had a whole lot of problems with my delivery driver because basically they said that they were around the corner and then all of a sudden it said that they were going to be like over an hour. And so there was a lot of like dodgy stuff going on. So I decided to cancel my order and I got a credit for my next order. So technically that money still came out of my account. So I'm still going to count it as an expense, but I do have that money to spend on like future meals on DoorDash. But then because I didn't order from there, I decided I would order from Uber Eats because they have more drivers, and that cost me $19.99. I feel like I did not realize I was spending this much money in that particular week. But anyway, all up, I spent $156.99. Okay guys, so I've been sitting here really confused because on Saturday, I had a charge which was $629 from Allianz Insurance, and I remember paying that. I know I had to pay it, but then now I'm confused why I had a charge a few weeks ago that was $123, I think, and that comes out monthly. So I'm confused if like I'm paying my insurance monthly or if I paid my insurance in one installment on Saturday. I'm just hoping I'm not paying my insurance twice. So I'm gonna ring that up afterwards. I'll probably write on the screen right here what actually I'm being charged for so you guys know the go, but I'm so confused. I genuinely like need to call up the bank and ask them a few questions after this because So this is a very eye-opening video and it's getting me to really take a look at my bank statements, which is really good. So also on the Saturday, I was charged $42 for my pink slip, which you have to get done before you get your car insurance done, your car rego done, all that kind of stuff. And then I was charged for a $5.50 coffee from Bianchini's and also $5.50 for, I'm guessing, a coffee from Loaf. I don't think I bought two coffees that day. I'm pretty sure I bought a coffee on a different day, but it's just charged me for both of them on the same day. Woo! Okay, so in total, I spent $671 on Saturday. That's lovely. We love that. So finally for Sunday, I had another big payment come out, and that was for Service New South Wales. I had to pay for my car registration. It literally all comes at once. I had to pay for all of like my car expenses at once, but that cost me $378.66. And also on Sunday, I went out for the day with Braden's family friends. They're basically my friends, you know. So we all went out for the day to get frosé at this place called United. It's so cool, you guys have to check it out. And we bought some frosé on happy hour, and for each frosé it was $7.04. So I bought two. So yeah, that comes to what, $14.08. And then I also got charged $4 for a matcha latte from Seventh Heaven Cafe that day. So all up, I spent $426.74. So I had quite an expensive week. Obviously, not every single week is that expensive. On that particular week, I had a lot of car payments to make, and I also had a lot of social things to do, and sometimes I don't leave the house, so like I don't spend any money on anything. But we aren't finished tallying up all of my spendings yet, because I said to you guys at the start of the video that I would tell you how much I pay in rent every week. So I actually pay $550 every single week to live where I live, and it is quite expensive, but you know, I personally think it's worth it. I personally think that moving out of home has been the best investment in myself. It has allowed me to grow my business and be so much happier. And honestly, every single cent that I spent on my rent, I feel like is spent really well. Although in saying that, I do feel like I could be paying a little bit less. I feel like I should honestly be paying more like $450 a week, but I am paying like a little bit more. And that's basically because when I was looking to rent, I was a newbie and didn't really know what I was looking for, and this opportunity came up and I thought that's a great deal, I'll jump on it. And I didn't really realize that you could negotiate with the real estate agent and your landlord, and that there was other ones out there that are similar to my apartment for maybe a bit cheaper. But anyway, it is what it is. My lease is coming to an end really soon, and you don't know what the future holds. I might be able to get a little bit cheaper, I might move, I might buy somewhere. But yeah, that's how much I spend on my rent every single week. I feel like it's pretty average for Sydney prices, to be honest. I feel like for a 1-bedroom apartment, you're gonna be spending between like $300 to $600 depending on your location. And I have a lot of really nice facilities in the apartment that I live, and it's really, really safe. So I decided to pay that little bit more just for those extra features. I thought this video would be really insightful for someone who's maybe thinking of moving out of home in Sydney. So then you get a good realistic idea of how much it actually costs to live out of home. Obviously I could budget myself a bit better, but I do want to live at the same time. So yes, when you counter in my rent and all the other expenses for the week, this is how much I spent on this particular week, which is quite a lot. I haven't actually worked out the total yet, but I will have inserted it here. I hope you guys found this video interesting, and make sure to remember that it's different for everyone. Everyone's circumstance is different. Just because I might spend more than you or less than you doesn't make us any different. So yeah, I hope you guys understand that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.